Marisa.
Tamika.
That's Pico. Finally, that's Pico.
After hours.
Sitting dirty. Because we ain't riding
Sipping
right
dirty.
now. Sipping dirty. So we're watching Homecoming, a film by Beyonce on Netflix.
Yep.
And we're talking about identity, race, and how you identify. So I got into this diatribe about when I'm speaking to people or interacting with people and you talk about culture, race, and how to do a proper ethnic blend. But here's the thing though, when you introduce yourself to someone, I think I'm slurring.
You're good. You're not.
When
Don't
you
point out the obvious.
when you're doing an introduction, you don't say, "Hey, I'm Marisa, I'm Puerto Rican." "Hey, I'm Tamika, I'm Black, American."
I'm Black. I don't like the African American thing. I ain't never been to Africa.
I don't like saying African American because everybody is an African.
Everybody's African.
Oh,
But everybody can't
Hey,
claim
Lucy.
Africa until they actually go there and truly respect Africa for what it is. I feel like it's a disrespect to the people that live there and are going through life in Africa.
right.
So I just say I'm Black. But now apparently we're people of color. They're just gonna group us all together.
Wait, what?
I can't stand when people say that. It's like a person of color. That's one of my pet peeves. Because you done erased every ethnicity and grouped everybody together. Like they all got the same damn struggle.
We don't all have
Asian
the same
people
damn
have their
struggle.
own struggle.
Yeah.
Hispanic people broken down to people in South America have a very different struggle than people in Puerto Rico, Dominican Republic, Spain.
Yeah.
And other parts of Portugal, Argentina. I don't.
Wait.
Are they considered Spanish? They speak a certain Spanish dialect. I mean, that's South America though. So,
They speak.
but you say just South
No,
America?
Brazil speaks Portuguese. Does Portugal identify as Hispanic?
What do they identify as?
Portuguese, but
What do they speak?
Portuguese.
Oh, I thought it was kind of like Spanish. Because
Not
you
at
was
all.
you was very much speaking. Oh, that was Argentina.
Okay.
I'm a little inebriated, y'all. I'm just saying.
I need to know that. Can somebody Portuguese tell me? Are you Hispanic?
Anyway, so let's get back to what we were saying. What you were saying. So we're talking
Identity
identity
and race.
and race.
How do you do a proper ethnic blend? If you don't,
When you say ethnic blend, what do you mean by that?
so you want to be representative. So I work in a school. I've said this before. So I always want to make sure I'm representing with arts, literature, and just culture. I want to make sure I'm representing a little bit of everybody. All princesses are not blonde with blue eyes.
They're not?
Mm-mm.
Oh yeah, Snow White.
Hmm. All heroes aren't male. So things like that. So I want to make sure that with art and literature, my favorite, I think I'm going on a diatribe.
Go ahead.
My favorite artist, like paintbrushes and shit, is Salvador Dali. My favorite literature is from Gabriel Garcia Marquez, Isabel Allende, things like that. But I also love Toni Morrison. Such good books.
You know, I've never read a
Toni Morrison. I know you and I have spoken about this before. But funny enough, you know who introduced me to Toni Morrison?
Who?
Some white chick my freshman year of college.
It's always the
Who's a
white people.
professor.
It always be them.
No, not always. Not always.
I don't know. But what was the topic?
Because
we were trying to...
we were watching Beyonce and she's
Right.
really showing, because I believe, I've said this before, America has a lot of subcultures. So she's showing the Black subculture of HBCUs. I think I'm slurring. HBCUs, bringing the culture of homecoming, because it's very different. Black colleges and non-black colleges is a little bit different. There's a whole culture.
I'm gonna speak on this for a minute. So
Because she went to an HBCU.
I went to a school called JCSU, Johnson C. Smith University. I went there for like 3 years, and then, I got in a fight with my roommate. She kicked me in the neck and was like, it was a wrap. It was time to go home, and I transferred. With that being said, in hindsight, it's like 20 years later, more than that maybe.
Ooh.
I was a Q Essence. You know what, Marisa? I'm gonna beat you right now. I was a Q Essence. I pledged. I feel like I got every experience out of a black college that you can get without a degree from there. I ended up graduating from CW Post in Long Island, but from the whole pledging,
me too.
From you have a plethora of black educators teaching you about your culture. Everywhere you look is black people. When you see white people, you're like, oh, they got a scholarship. Like, think about that. Think about that for a minute. You see a white person on a black college campus, and you're like, they got a scholarship. Where do they do that at? On a black college campus. But everything that I learned, like I was just.
I just had a whole. I'm going off on a tangent. Do you remember that movie from the '80s with homeboy who took tanning pills and then he got a scholarship for black kids?
No.
And that's how he paid for college?
Oh, it was a movie. Yeah.
It was a movie.
I don't remember what it was called, but yes.
I'm gonna look that up. Hold on.
But anyway, so back to me.
How do I put that in a Google search?
I don't know.
Black guy steals, white guy steals black scholarship.
At HBCU, I didn't.
Do you know how many things are
appreciate
gonna come up on that?
I did not appreciate it. This wine is like not good. Are we gonna post this?
Yeah.
So anyway, I did not appreciate what I had in the grasp of my hands at the time. I was when I decided to go away to college, my goal was to go to a black college because I had grown up in, I don't want to say white society, but it's like very few black people were around me. And so I wanted to go somewhere where I could be around people that looked like me, the same hue, the same color, everything like that. Obviously you found it, so what's up? Soul Man. That's the guy from Living Single.
He's not from Living Single.
Yeah, the main guy.
No, he's not.
Yes, he is. He's the guy from Living Single. I saw the movie.
C. Thomas Howell.
Yeah, but the black guy. The black guy in the movie. There's more than one person in the movie. The black guy from the movie is...
James Earl Jones is in it.
Okay, anyway, you know what? Are we going to end this podcast?
No.
Okay, it's not a podcast, right?
Nope.
It's After Dark with YepYeahYes. Anyway, so back to me. So my experience, I'm just saying this to say that I didn't appreciate my experience at an HBCU until years later. And then watching the Beyonce Homecoming documentary on Netflix reinvigorated my appreciation for it. Like I ended up not graduating from there, and I got into so much trouble. And it's the first time I ever smoked weed was there. It was like crazy. Like I have no qualms, but I'm an open book. You know what I mean? I did stuff there that I would never do, ever. You know what I mean? I haven't smoked weed since I left college. You know what I mean? I left college and I was like, it wasn't my thing. What? I'm an open book. I'm just saying, it's just not my thing. But there's things that
you haven't smoked weed since you left college?
Yes. Didn't I leave like a few years ago? Anyway, so Marisa, why you gonna blow up my spot right now? I'm just saying.
I was just laughing.
I have a job and a reputation to maintain here. Like we fall
I'm not saying anything though.
Anyway, so my point is that the things that you learn in college, you may not need to carry that on in the future life. But I think more than the books and the education about, math and English and all that, the most important education you learn is how to deal with people and how to navigate through life and how to make decisions on your own. How to, when I remember one of the things that I discovered when I first went to school, you go into orientation and there's a table of people trying to sign you up for credit cards. That should be illegal. You shouldn't be allowed to.
Well, that was one of the Obama era initiatives.
But I went to school before Obama.
Right. Yeah. No, but you said it should be illegal. That's one of the initiatives
things that he stopped. I mean, and I had that credit card. I got a $250 balance when at 18 when I first signed up. Don't you know that joint came up to went up to like 1,500 because of fees because I wasn't paying it because I didn't learn about credit. You know what I mean? So.
But that should be something. You know how you have to take economics in high school?
Right.
I feel like that. Why is that not in economics? When they do the mock whole like, oh, you got to pick some stocks and invest in stock. Fuck that gonna do?
Right.
Not
Well, it does a lot later, but you need to know how to manage yourself, your credit, and your.
But you don't get to that point without. There's a whole institution of steps before you can get to that point.
Right.
Teach me the steps to get there.
Especially at 18. You know, I was at this college, HBCU, Johnson C. Smith University. I went there when I was 18, and because of circumstances where I was not studying, let me just say this, I had a full scholarship and couldn't keep my grade point average. All I needed was a C. A bitch couldn't do that. I lost.
A bitch couldn't do it.
I was so preoccupied with boys and friends and pledging and being everything that means nothing today, to the extent that I lost my scholarship and ended up having to leave because of a fight with my roommate and transfer. I mean, this isn't speaking well. It had nothing to do with the fact that I was at HBCU. It had everything to do with the fact that it was life lessons and, you know.
I feel like you also weren't financially and economically prepared.
Right.
For all that. So, and that's
but who is at 18?
But this is exactly what I'm saying. You have to take a half semester economics class in high school.
Yeah, I believe that.
Like, I have an 839 FICO. That has more buying power than $100,000 in the bank.
Right. 839?
Yeah.
You putting that out there?
839 FICO? Hell fucking yeah, that's really good.
Now you're making me feel real chintzy with my 780.
Oh, hey. I'm just saying.
You just had to, no. I got 780 and I thought that was great. This bitch came out with 839. I'm just saying.
I'm just saying, though. I'm just saying that has buying power, and you need to understand what that means. Buying power, FICO scores, TransUnion, Equifax, Experian. What does that mean? Pull your credit report, free FICO.
Creditreport.com.
I'm saying. Freeannualreport.com.
It's Friday night.
But also
we're
credit-wise.
drinking vino. What kind of vino are we drinking? Go grab that, girl. I'll hold your glass.
Tamari.
Named after the Tamartians?
It's a Malbec 2014. I got this
Which
from...
one was yours?
This is from Argentina.
Oh, remember when we went there?
Argentina.
We went there.
I got
Iguazu Falls, shout out.
I made this bitch walk, right? So you could take this little tram to go to the Iguazu Falls. We were on the Argentina side, not the Brazilian side. There's a very big difference, because from the Brazilian side,
it's countries, right?
The tres fronteras, 3 frontiers. Argentina, Brazil.
Ecuador? Is it Ecuador? I don't know.
No.
I have no idea. Google it, son.
So anyway, so from it's like America with the Niagara Falls. From the Canadian side, it's supposedly a better view.
Is that as New York? But did you say supposedly?
You didn't see me do this?
Oh no, I didn't see that.
Because I know
part.
that's one of your pet peeves. Supposedly, from the Canadian side, the Niagara Falls looks better than from the American side. So anyway, so we were on the Argentinian side, and then there was like this crazy, like, I called it Pepe's exotic bird farm. It was like a bird farm. They had like the
did they have monkeys in the tree? But we didn't see.
Bitch, they had a fucking vulture chained to like this little thing. It was the worst thing ever.
But it was fun.
It was
fun. A long, like, in hindsight,
but anyway,
in the moment.
Yeah, but so anyway, we get to the Iguazu Falls, and they had this whole tram, and I made this bitch walk. And I was like, you're gonna love it, don't worry about it.
She made me walk. Let me explain. For y'all that don't know, I got Larsen syndrome, which is a bone disease. My knees is fucked, okay? My feet is fucked. This bitch had me walking like I was fucking Flo Joyner before she got arrested dead. Back
in our early 20s, we'd be going to Manhattan. I'm like, it's a few blocks. Mind you, it was like 20 blocks. And she'd be limping.
My knee would be swelling. I'd be, look. But I try not to complain, because it seemed like when I complained, it was like, This bitch with the knee.
I'm like, one more block. Don't worry about it. The next
Anyway,
few blocks. But anyway, we get there. We could hear the water, and you could see. You saw this bitch felt like it was well worth the walk because her face was like.
it was everything and more. I loved it.
Yeah.
But anyway, what was the initial topic of this
Race, identity, proper ethnic
Does it
blend.
get any better than this? Look how dark I am. Can y'all even see me?
Yeah.
I am the chocolate mommy and
What
the
am
Puerto
I?
Rican mommy. Butter pecan Rican.
You're welcome.
Shout out to Method Man. One thing I
We
want to
met him,
ask you
though.
real quick. So, do you ever think about, okay, let me ask you this real quick. Do you ever think about race when it comes to me?
No, but when we talk about race, I think about why I don't think about it.
Give an example, please.
What?
You said when we talk about race, you think
So
about,
like right now, like race and identity, I'm always like, oh, am I honoring her race and identity the way she's deserving of? Am I thinking about it? And that's what I mean. Like when I think about it, am I honoring your race and identity the way you command and deserve? I don't know that. So that's the only time I think about it. But other than that, like on our everyday and the way we speak to each other and interact, I don't think about it.
right, okay, I get that. I appreciate that. I understand that. Cheers.
Do you?
I think about, the only time I ever really think about race, I think about it on two folds. I think about it when it comes to your children and what they're seeing and what you're showing them.
Mm-hmm.
And I think about it when I think about, like, in terms of my race.
Mm-hmm.
Like, am I the only, I always wonder to myself, am I the only black person that they know? Because every person cannot be indicative of their entire race.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I'm like, there are people that say to me, as dark as I am, you act white. Let that marinate for a second. You know how disrespectful that is? It's because I walk in this world with my dark, dark skin, and you're telling me that I act white. I'm gonna let y'all sit with that for a minute.
Can I add something else to this sitting?
Okay.
remember how I always told you, like, it would never come to me as a compliment when people would be like, oh, you're Puerto Rican? You don't act like it. I thought you were like Italian or something.
It's disrespectful.
That's not a compliment.
That's not a compliment.
That's not a compliment. I'm who I am. I'm very much who I am. I grew up in Puerto Rico for a time, and the reason that I find such pride in who I am is because the culture that I'm representing, while you take it as your own in a positive, understand that I appreciate that you see me in a positive light, but understand and appreciate the fact that I'm showing you a positive of my culture and who I identify with and where I believe I'm from.
How do you reconcile that? Because without giving away too much about your personal life,
Mm-hmm.
the race of your family and stuff like that.
Mm-hmm.
How do you reconcile ensuring that your children are aware of their Puerto Rican ethnicity as opposed to the other side of their family that is not Puerto Rican?
The only way I can do that is by, I read to my kids a lot, and we tell stories, and we sit and chat. And one of the most exciting ways is that I share my love of art and literature with them. So with the music that I listen to in the car, which I also don't censor because I believe art is art, I also love
Your daughter was sitting here watching Homecoming, was suck on his balls. Beyonce.
Bitch. I don't believe in, so.
She was just looking at like, I don't know what that means, but okay.
But all right, I think it might be inappropriate. So I don't censor music and art because I believe that is the expression of what it is. So I don't censor it. That's like censoring my flag or some shit. I have a goldfish that's called Beyonce.
Really? I didn't know the goldfish was called Beyonce.
Yeah. And I didn't name her Beyonce.
Who named her Beyonce?
Homegirl.
One of your kids?
Yeah, homegirl.
Wow.
Named her Beyonce.
She be swerving on them.
Swerving on that. Swerving on that. So I do love Salvador Dali, and I do love Gabriel Garcia Marquez. I
Right.
love Isabel Allende. So I do take these stories and I do share that part with them, but I also share food. I also share, you know what? One of my favorite things to do with them is, I know this sounds so silly, but Google Maps. And we do the satellite images, and we just literally look at places, and when you tap on that, it comes up with these other extra things that are in that neighborhood or part of that culture or part of that neighborhood, and we look at it.
That's good.
Yeah.
But my initial question
Is by sharing things that are Hispanic, by sharing with them how much
but
I
how do you,
loved.
but what I'm saying is, how do you reconcile the other half of their ethnicity? I know you ensure that you educate them on your background.
On my
But
background.
what about their other half? Do you allow that to flourish? Or do you kind of like to figure it out because, you know, life?
Can I be fucked up right now?
We're drinking. I've been drinking.
I don't give a fuck. My responsibility is to show them a proud master's achieving Hispanic who's extremely successful in her goddamn definition and opinion.
I'm going to just add this part. Society will tell them about their other side.
Exactly. There's going to be representations of other things, of what they might or may not identify with, and I really don't give a fuck. My responsibility to them is to show them that there is positive in anything in the world, and their capacity is beyond what is surrounded by them. I will say, though, they are surrounded by a plethora and a multitude of possibility with limitless bounty. I will say that.
What do you mean by that? Because I don't know what the fuck you just said.
So let's say you come from an impoverished part of the world where you have people that don't show examples of success. And success comes from a different definition. That's everybody. Success is different. Some people might equate it to their W-2, and some people might equate it to their health. Some people might equate it to a few different things in a piece of the pie. My definition is very different from other people's. But I will say this. They are financially stable in a way that allows them and grants access to certain things. They are exposed to someone who's well-traveled, who has an education, who shows possibility and a pathway. I have a successful marriage. They have opportunity. So they're surrounded by a multitude of advantages. And if they fuck that up, then they're fucking fuck-ups.
No, it's your fault.
It ain't my fucking fault.
How is it not your fault?
Because you know what? When you give somebody a fucking tool bag that's top of the line and they still fuck up and blame the tools, then they're fucking fuck-ups.
Yeah, but what if it's like you give somebody money and they fuck up.
But I'm showing them. But here's the thing though. I've never given a damn one of these damn god effing kids a dime without giving them a goddamn backstory on how hard it is to get it and what that actually means.
Do you really believe that?
I absolutely wholeheartedly believe that, because one of my kids will squander it and knows for effing well that they're squandering, and another one is a hoarder and knows that one day they might want something bigger, and another one told me 2 days ago, actually this morning, was like, I can't wait to get my own job so you can stop telling me no for the shit that I want. And I was like, all right,
the shit that they want?
I mean,
really, your kids curse like that?
They didn't say shit.
They up the world. Shit, fuck, huh?
Mm-hmm.
Anyway.
Yeah, ho. This bitch told me this morning, I can't wait to get a job so you could stop telling me no to the things that I want.
That
And
girl
I was
is
like,
so smart.
I respect that.
You know, the same little one that you're talking about wanted to stay up with us as we drank wine because she said we were abusing.
Amusing.
Yeah, I know. I said abusing.
It sounded like abusing.
Abusing, I know.
But
As soon as I said
amusing.
amusing.
I make you laugh.
It's an
bitch.
8-year-old that thinks we're amusing. Do y'all think we're amusing? Do you think my hair, like, I need my hair done. You know how, the other thing she said to me, you weren't here. She's like, can I touch your hair? I almost,
What'd you do?
I said, I censored myself. I almost like, don't ever ask a black bitch if you could touch her hair.
What'd you do? What'd you do?
I was like, look, I'm gonna let you touch my hair because you asked me. Don't ever reach out and touch somebody's hair without getting permission.
And what'd she say?
She touched it,
Mm-hmm.
and she's like, it's so beautiful. It's like, oh, it's so heavy and full. I love it.
Oh.
I was like,
Did you melt?
see, that's how you do it. This is an 8-year-old. Can I touch your hair? Don't
You're
just touch
welcome.
it.
Take some effing lessons.
Shout out to the person that we used to work with that just thought she could just touch my hair without even asking. We discussed this on a previous episode.
So let me
Archive it.
Let me set the stage.
No, we discussed it. We don't have to talk about it again.
All right.
Archives.
But I will say she felt real effing stupid. She's
She did.
She's like, I want to ask such and such.
Yeah,
I'm like,
go
oh,
ahead
the
and
only
ask
other
somebody.
black chick you know?
Better ask somebody. I'm
Have
just
fun.
saying. Anyway, this show has gone awry, but you know what's fun.
And FYI, you people with the whole Puerto Rican that's got a chihuahua, yeah, I do, and what?
Yeah, but he's from Mexico. He ain't from Puerto Rico.
No, but the whole, like, of course she's got a chihuahua.
F you and the. You know what I was gonna say?
And the
Something
damn chihuahua
inappropriate?
that you rode on.
No, that wasn't what I was gonna say.
That's what I'm saying.
But yeah, what I was gonna say was worse.
What were you going to say?
I'm not gonna say it.
Oh my God, what were you going to say?
Because I ain't trying to bring your mama in it.
My mom?
No, the person that had a problem with you having a chihuahua.
What do you think my mom would say to someone who has a problem with me having a chihuahua? What would she say?
She wouldn't say anything. She wouldn't care. That's not something she would speak on.
No, I think she she wouldn't care about the chihuahua. She wasn't an animal person, so you know what I'm saying? She'd be
yeah,
like, whatever.
but her little, what was the name of her cat? That's the only cat I loved.
Some Coco
Jose.
Jose. But she also had a Coco Fontaine.
Yeah, I didn't know Coco. Jose was
the shit.
Jose would crawl up on me.
Jose was awesome.
Yeah. Your mom was awesome.
Somebody who fucking hated
bless her
animals
dead.
ended up with 2 cats. That's so weird.
They be the ones.
They're
They
always
be
the
the
ones.
ones.
But no. But like somebody who had a problem with something that somebody else had, what would she say?
I don't know. You tell me. It's your mother.
I think she'd be like, well, go fuck yourself. Who cares?
I don't see her saying that. That's way too vulgar. Her vulgarness came but you didn't realize she was being vulgar. She slip in fuck. Everything else, you thought about everything else except for fuck.
You know what?
Fuck yourself was not something she was saying.
This is one thing that I have to say. This is my whole prayer. You know, like when there's people that you look up to and there's people that you're like, I want to be like that when I'm older.
Mm-hmm.
The one quality that she had that I truly wish I possessed was that way when you're like, you're thinking about the conversation or interaction you had with her 30 minutes later and you're like, wait a minute, did I just get insulted?
That was your mother.
Yeah, my brother's like that.
Is he? I've
Yeah.
never had a real conversation with him because, you know, I'm scared of military men.
But he's very selective. This is Lieutenant Colonel Awesome. He's very selective on...
Not to be confused with Colonel Sanders.
Yeah.
Which is also awesome.
He's very outgoing and very helpful and very about his community. He's definitely very helpful. But he's also very selective on who he shares his, not only humor, but his internal dialogue with.
Okay.
But I will say there are people that walk away from conversations with him and they're like, wait a minute, did I get insulted?
Sometimes I feel like I'm that way, but I'm not a relative.
Wait, that you...
I do that to people.
Oh, you fucking insult them straight out the gate, and they gotta go to a dictionary.
No, I don't think they have to go to the dictionary.
Oh yes, there have been you and I know mutual people that they're like, what does such and such mean? And I'm like, I know she just had a conversation with you, or he had a conversation with you, and I'm like chuckling on the inside, and I'm like, sometimes I'll tell them like definition sub 2, and I'm like, stupid ass.
I think the thing with me is that I try hard. I overly try.
Well, what do you think?
Well, no, I think.
Well, what's your opinion on that? Well, you feel great about that?
I think
Okay.
I think I try. I do like the way I frame my sentences is like I'm trying to grasp the importance of what you're saying, because I need clarification on where you're coming from, because it's not making sense to me.
Oh my gosh.
Meanwhile, inside I'm like, you're a fucking idiot.
I know.
Say what the hell you're saying.
That's exactly what was going
That's
on
what
in
I
here.
usually,
That's why I went, oh my gosh.
That's how I usually frame my sentences.
Like, you dumbass.
I don't say you dumbass though.
No, but that's
really, how I. That's,
in the subtitles. The subtitles
saying,
go.
But
You
I really
dumbass.
I don't understand what you're saying. I appreciate that you're expressing yourself, and I want you to understand that your words mean something. But unfortunately, I'm not able to grasp exactly what you're saying. So I'm going to need you to clarify what you're saying. That way we can both be on the same page and move forward in a productive way.
Fuck you and you're stupid.
Exactly. Anyway, let's close this up.
Where can they catch us?
YepYeahYes 18
On?
Twitter and Instagram. But the clips and the videos are on YouTube. Also on YepYeahYes. I don't know if it's YepYeahYes 18. I'm really not sure. While we're recording this, can you go online, look up the YouTube page, and then show the people the page so they know the landing page for YepYeahYes 18?
I don't have my glasses on, and the way my
Really? It's
savings
like that now?
and checking
How
are
old
set
are
up.
you? We about to. Is this turn up year? Is this Is this turn up year?
What's turn up here?
You know, you got 40 more years of this, and then it's over. You lucky if you make another. That's how I look at life. Okay, so I'm 45. I'm probably not gonna make it to 90. Okay. But like, it starts to make me feel a little sad, because it's like 45. Damn, I might. If I make it to 30 more years, I'm lucky. 30 years, homie. That's crazy, right? What is the page? YepYeahYes podcast. Show them the landing page.
Can you see?
Holla. Anyway, y'all. Thank y'all for having an after hours cocktail with us. We appreciate you. Wait a second. Where are you
I'm
going?
bringing it closer.
No, my doobie ain't right. My doobie ain't right.
Check out
Look at my gray.
all the pimples. I got no gray. And I
Anyway.
don't dye my hair. You're welcome. Check this out.
Chilling on the couch.
But I say
The
that
weather
now
is bad.
and then
I'm
wash.
hanging out at Marissa's, and where's the the
Pico,
camera's
come.
over there.
Pico,
Come here, Pico.
come here. Come here.
Oh, he ain't trying to come. Anyway, where can they catch us?
YepYeahYes 18 on Instagram and Twitter.
And
Riding Dirty. What?
Riding Dirty. Yeah, Riding Dirty.
On YouTube.
Yep. YepYeahYes podcast. Marissa. Oh, this is your part.
Tamika,
Yes.
I love you. And you're enough. You should say that shit to me. I got feelings too, man.
Marissa.
No, I don't care.
No.
No.
Marissa.
Nope. No.
You are about half enough of what I need in life. You know, a bitch needs a lot, okay? I need a lot out of life.
So listen, guys. So tell me how you identify with yourself. Tell me how you feel. How are the conversations are you having with other people? Are you representing a proper ethnic blend? Bye.